Now, before we dive in and start with the video, keep in mind that I am not a professional, so what you'll actually see in the following minutes is me mostly learning from my mistakes, because, well, I did a bunch of them during filming. Basically, you will learn from me what I've learned through painful trial and error, so no question about it, this will be the perfect, most complete tutorial ever. This is the LOKLiK CRAFTER Cutting Machine, and this is its bigger, heavier, bulkier brother, the LOKLiK Heat Press, about which we will talk later in the video. To unlock the crafter's full potential, we need first of all to download and install the LOKLiK software, which is called LOKLiK Idea Studio. For this, you have to go to their official website, locate the software section, and choose the appropriate version based on your operating system. Once the installation is complete, launch the software and connect your cutting machine to your PC or laptop through cable or Bluetooth. With everything set up, it's time to explore the features and capabilities of the LOKLiK Crafter. And one thing I would like to point out here is how user-friendly all is, not just the software but also the machine. You will basically figure out everything that you need just by looking at them. Of course, there are things that need to be learned, and like I previously said, I did a bunch of mistakes, but those were general mistakes that anyone can do with any type of machine from any brand. What I did wrong was not specific to LOKLiK, was just me being a beginner. The software interface is intuitive and user-friendly, making it easier for beginners but also for experienced crafters alike. It allows you to import and create your own designs, offering a wide range of tools to customize and manipulate them. But one thing I would like to point out here, make sure that your designs are .svg format. This is something that took me a lot of time to realize, because while you can import and manipulate PSD files, for example, once you try to cut them, they just don't work. You cannot select the layers to start the cutting process. The file must be .svg. Once you have the design in place and the way you like it, you need to load the materials into the machine. From cardstock to vinyl, fabric, leather, you name it, this machine can handle various materials up to 12 inches wide. Now, if you use LOKLiK's own materials, like for example LOKLiK cardstock, vinyl, heat transfer vinyl, and so on, the settings are already there in the machine. Everything is preset and you just have to choose which type of material it is, and then you don't have to do something else, just press cut. But if you use third-party materials, you may need to insert the settings manually, like force, speed, or numbers of passes. Initially, for this video, and because of the holiday season, I wanted to make a Christmas card, but because the end result looked like it was made by a 5-year-old, and this had nothing to do with the machine, had to do with yours truly because I suck at this, I ended up making a t-shirt instead, or 4 of them. And that was even better in the end, because this way we can also take a look at the heat press and how this works. But first, you may wonder how the f this happened. Well, as I've learned, that's the result of trying to remove the card, the paper, from the sticky mat. What you actually need to do, and I know that all of you crafting experts will be like, duh! But obviously I had no idea about this. What you actually need to do is to remove the sticky mat from the card. So backwards. Makes sense, right? Basically turn the mat upside down so the card can be flat on the desk, and then peel the mat off the card. Yes, do not peel the card, peel the mat off the card. That easy. Moving on, the cutting process is smooth, silent, and honestly is the part that I love the most about this entire thing. Watching the machine cutting and bringing your creation to life is something really satisfying, and I could do this all day. I could stay and stare at this machine cutting the entire day. The dual motor system provides consistent and accurate results, even on complicated and intricate designs such as a QR code, for example. But if you love your life, do not ever make a QR code. Mirror image. Learning the hard and stressful way was the fact that if you cut something for the heat press, then it needs to be done in mirror image, because that's the way the universe works. If you fail to do this, then you'll end up with something like this, a backwards Jurassic Park logo. So keep that in mind. Anything you cut for the heat press, and not just cut, even if you print something on heat transfer paper, for example, it needs to be done in mirror image. Now, after the design is cut and peeled off and in the right direction, next, everything is easy and straightforward. Place your t-shirt, hoodie, underwear, whatever you desire on the tray, First, pull the tray out, obviously, and then put your piece of clothing there. Place the vinyl wherever you want and set the right temperature and time according to whatever type of material you use. For this specific heat transfer vinyl that I'm using right now, the temperature should be around 150 degrees Celsius and the time should be between 10 and 15 seconds. Once you have this set, put the Teflon sheet over, put the tray back until you feel a click. It's not actually a click, it's more like a thud or something like this. Press the green button, and if the green button is still red, then the press is not preheated enough. So give it a little more time. Once it's green, you can press the button and wait. Now it's all done, take the tray out, remove the plastic foil from the t-shirt slowly, and voila, there you have it, your own t-shirt with your own design. And another beginner's tip, just make sure you remove all the excess material before you start the heat press, otherwise you'll end up with something like this. In conclusion, using the LOKLiK Crafter Cutting Machine and the LOKLiK Heat Press can be a fun and rewarding experience even for beginners such as myself. While I had my fair share of mistakes along the way, they were general mistakes that anyone could make with any type of machine. The LOKLiK software is user-friendly and intuitive, allowing you to import and create your own designs. Just remember, anything you import should be in a .svg format for cutting purposes. When using the heat press, remember to cut and print your design in mirror image and set the appropriate temperature and time for the material you're using. Overall, the LOKLiK heat press is easy to use and allows you to create personalized cards or t-shirts or cups or whatever with ease and fun. Most importantly, fun, because if you don't have fun, then maybe crafting isn't for you. So yeah, if you're a beginner or even an advanced crafter, you should definitely check LOKLiK out. Thanks for watching, subscribe, all that yada yada and blah blah. Cheers!